Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 5 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject. Scroll down to grade 5 math and then click on lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter number 3. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I'm on grade 5 math chapter we're on right now is number 30. Let's just start with the first and that is prime and composite numbers. So let's just start with the lesson. So first thing we need to learn is what are the prime and the composite numbers. So prime numbers are only two factors. Prime number have only two factors, one and the number itself, right? The example we are on right now is 2 a prime number? Yes, it is. 2 is a prime number because the 2 has only two factors. 1 times 2 makes 2. We do not have any other numbers that when multiplied makes 2, right? So 2 times 1 is 2, so 2 is a prime number. So the numbers that have more than two factors are the composite numbers. So 2 is a prime number. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, I'm going to start with the test questions. Okay, the first one example is 2 a prime number? Yes, it is, right? Prime numbers are the one that have only two factors. 2 times 1 is 2. We do not have any other numbers that when multiplied makes 2, right? So only 1 and the number itself makes 2, so that is a prime number, right? So if the number has more than two factors, then that means that is the composite number. Is it a prime number or a composite number? So now we're going to see if 8 is a prime number. So yes, it is. No, it is not prime number because 8 has more than two factors. 8 times 1 is 8. 2 times 4 is 8, right? So 8 has more than two factors. So 8 is a composite number. Got it? Composite it is. Is 13 a prime number? 13 times 1 is 13. Do we have any other numbers that when multiplied makes 13? So 13 is a prime number. We do not have any other numbers that when multiplied with 13. So 13 is a prime. So is 18 a prime number or composite number? So 18 is a. So C19 has more than two factors, right? Composite number it is, right? So 18 is a composite number. Is 15 a prime number or composite number? 15 is a composite number. Option number 2 is the correct option. Is 14 a prime number or a composite number? Fourteen is a composite number. The correct option is composite is it because 14 has more than two factors. So 14 is a composite number. Is 19 a prime number or a composite number? Nineteen is a prime number. 19 have only two factors, so that is a prime number. Is 3 a prime number or a composite number? Three is a prime number. Option number 2 is the correct option. Is 6 a prime number or composite number? Six is the composite number, right? Because six has more than two factors. So six is a composite number. Option number 1 is the correct option. Is 19 a prime number or composite number? 19 is a prime number because 19 has only two factors. So 19 is a prime number. Is 12 a prime number or composite number? 12 is a composite number. Option number 2 is the correct option. Is 9 is a composite number. Option 2 is the correct option. Is 9 a prime number or a composite number? 99 is the composite number because 9 has more than two factors. Very good. You can complete the lesson by yourself. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is prime factorization. Let's just start with the lesson. What is the prime factorization of 4? The prime factors of 4 are 2 times 2. Basically, need to divide 4 by the greatest prime number, right? So we have 4. 4 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the two prime factors are 2 times 2. Let's just start with the test questions. What is the prime factorization of 10? So how do we write down the prime factors of 10? We need to divide 10 smallest prime number, right? So the smallest prime number that can divide 10 is 2. Just divide 10 by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5, right? Now again divide 5 by the smallest prime number, that is 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. So these are the prime factors of 10. They are 2 times 5. But 2 is the correct option. That is 2 times 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. The prime factors of 10 are 2 times 5. What is the prime factorization of 10 times 5, right? What is the prime factorization of 15? We need to write down the prime factors of 15. The prime factors of 15, how do we write the prime factors? We need to divide 15 by the smallest prime number, that is 3. So 15 by 3 is 5. Divide the 5 again by the smallest prime number, that is 5. So the prime factors 3 times 5. Option number, the correct option, that is 3 times 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. Like, this is the correct option. 3 times 5. The prime factors of 15 are 3 times 5. What is the prime factorization of 15? So we just did the prime factors of 15. They are 3 times 5. Option number 4 is the correct option. The correct option is 3 times 5. What is the prime factorization of 15? Again, the same question. They are 3 times 5. Option number 4 is the correct option. What are the prime factorization of 9? So now we need to divide 9 by the smallest prime number. So that is 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now again divide 3 by the smallest prime number. So the prime factors are 3 times 3. The correct option 3. The correct option is 3 times 3. That is 3 times 3. Option number 3 is the correct option. What is the prime factorization of 4? Which is the correct option? So divide 4 by the smallest prime number, that is 4 divided by 2 equals 2. Now again divide 2 by the smallest prime number. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. The prime factors are 2 times 2. Option number 4 is the correct option, that is 2 times 2. That is 2 times 2. Option number 4 is the correct option. So divide 10 by the smallest prime number, that is 10 divided by 2, that is 5. Now divide 5 again by the 5. So 5 is 1. So the smallest prime numbers are like the prime factor times 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 2 times 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the prime factorization of 9? That is 3 times 3. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the prime factorization of 6? That is 2 times 3 is 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the prime factorization of 9? The prime factorization of 9 is 3 times 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the prime factorization of 6? That is 2 times 3. Option number 4 is the correct option times 3. What are the prime factorization of that is 2 times 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson. Feel free to do it. Let me just move on, son. The next lesson is prime exponents. What is the prime factorization of 4? So the prime factors of 4 are 2 times, right? And we can write it as 2 exponent 2. Basically, we need to write down the components and factors in the form of the exponent. So we can write it as 2 times 2. The correct option is 2 times 2. Let's just start with the test questions. What is the prime factorization of 4? So here is the prime factors of 4. That is 2 times 2, and we can write it as 2 square option. 2 is the correct option. 3 is the correct option. What is the prime factorization of 6? The prime factorization of 6 is 2 times 3, right? We cannot write it in the factor form, that is 2 times 3. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 2 times 3. What is the prime factors of 9? The prime factorization of 9 are 3 times 3, and we can write it as 3 square. Option number 3 is the correct option, that is 3 square. What is the prime factorization of 10? That is 2 times 5. Option number 3 is the correct option. What is the prime factorization of 25? That is 5 times 5, right? The factors are 5 times 5, we can write it as 5 square. Option number 3 is the correct option, that is 5 square. What is the prime factorization of 4? That is 2 times 2, and we can write it as 2 times 2 is 4, we can write it as 2 square. That is option number 2 is the correct option. What is the prime factorization of 10? That is 2 times 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the prime factorization of 9? That is 3 times 3. We can write 9 as 3 times 3, and we can write it as, like, we can write in factor exponent form, we can write as 3 square. The prime factors of 9 are 3 times 3. We can write it as 3 square. What is the prime factors of 15? That is 3 times 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the prime factorization of 4? So, which is the correct option? That is 2 square. We can write it as 2 times 2. So, 2 square it is. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 2 square. Okay, we are done with the lesson. So, we will go on grade 5 math. Chapter we were working on is number theory. The lessons today are prime and composite numbers, prime factorization with exponents. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework. So you can please write them down box. I'm here to answer all your questions and no questions. Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.